it is upside down. I always forget to flip it. Right now, there are a couple severe thunderstorm warnings going on. High DC West. Yesterday, I think I live streamed for like 9 minutes, and then I realized it really wasn't worth live streaming and taking my time for, because really nothing much happened yesterday. But today should be a more active day, and if I pull up the Storm Prediction Center, day 1, we have multiple points of interest. We do have a very small 5% region for tornadoes in southeastern Wyoming. But otherwise, the main threats are damaging winds and very large hail. In Texas, going through Wyoming, Montana. And I do think we have severe thunderstorm watches. Yeah, we have multiple. We have a severe thunderstorm watch in Montana that expires at 11 p.m. One in Texas that expires at midnight. And one in Wyoming and the Dakotas until 10 p.m. Russellville for tomorrow just looks like general thunderstorms. And I will comment that day 3 could potentially be a pretty big day, even though there is a marginal risk right now. We have seen marginal risks in day 3 get upgraded to a moderate by day 1, but I don't think that's going to happen, obviously. But we could definitely see a slight and maybe another enhanced day 3, but confidence is low, which is why they have the marginal risk. But in day 4, we have a 15% highlighted for the Dakotas, where we have a guaranteed slight risk, unless things change. And while the tornado chance is low, a couple brief tornadoes can't be ruled out. But right now, Texas is firing up storms right now. Mainly looking like large hail and scattered damaging winds in Texas. Yeah, 1.5 inch hail there. 1.25 inch hail there. Nickel sized hail there. Oh yeah, you can. Right here. For you, push as far east as your area tomorrow, no. But day 3, Yeah, day 3, northwest Arkansas could see some severe weather, potentially a slight risk. But right now you have a marginal risk. We did have a report of a brief tornado in Wyoming earlier before the stream. I'm not expecting any tornadoes. Well, I think there could be a 2 or 5% for day 3. But we can't see specific probabilities for day 3. We can only see specific ones for day 1 and day 2. We used to only be able to see specifics on day 1, but then they increased it to day 2 as well, which is nice. I'm glad they did that. Um, yeah, right now, the main threat for all these storms is going to be very large hail, but damaging winds and tornadoes can't be ruled out. I think we have 8 severe warnings right now, 1 in Louisiana that we're gonna quickly look at. Looks mainly hail related. Yeah. Yep. Half the R sized hail. Anyone new here? We're just going to be tracking severe storms across much of the plains and high plains. We do have an enhanced risk. Um, well, they could produce funnel clouds. A tornado isn't a tornado unless it touches the ground. But tornadoes can't be ruled out anywhere because we do have a pretty large 2% tornado. But right now, my near-term severe threat would be probably Wyoming, even though it's not very populated and there's a giant radar hole, so we won't be able to see much, which is why we need spotters in Wyoming, which we do have, especially southeastern Wyoming. So there isn't any concern that anything will go unreported because of how many spotters there are in the area. So right now we're just going to be focusing on Texas, unless I see something else happen. Definitely more active than yesterday, to say the least. I don't even know why I even tried streaming yesterday. I was just bored. But the next most likely day I'll stream will be Friday, if the SBC upgrades that to a slight or enhanced risk. But again, it is uncertain, so. But I'll more than likely be streaming day 4, Saturday, depending on timing. Tomorrow I'm not sure, unless they expand the slight risk or upgrade to an enhanced, which I doubt. Yeah, 2% tornado, 15 wind, 15 hail. So tomorrow probably won't stream unless they upgrade it, which is unlikely. Right now, just some very large hailers in Texas, potentially producing hail up to golf ball size. I can't remember. I don't think there was. But yesterday, after I ended the 9-minute stream, there was a couple of tornado warnings. But they were brief and weak. I'm just staying tuned to see if there's any more warnings. Oh, I haven't checked the Climate Prediction Center in a while. Did you guys hear about the dam failure in Michigan? Because that was catastrophic, to say the least. I heard there's a town like Sanford that's under 9 feet of water because the entire lake emptied out on all the poor people down there. Yeah, I've seen pictures of the city and it's like completely underwater. Some areas are underwater as high as stop signs, to the point where you can't even know that it's a stop sign, except for the red paint on top. Any new warnings? No. Hi, Gavin. Welcome. For anyone new, we are tracking severe storms. Hi, Vincent. What do you mean review the updated terms? Okay, a weird pop-up popped up on my phone asking me to agree to a whole bunch of stuff for some reason. I'm not seeing any new warnings right now. These storms in Texas are moving very slow. Yeah, about 15 to 20 miles an hour those are moving. But the one in Wyoming is moving 35 miles an hour. So a little faster, but still not the fastest thing I've seen. Check back on the one in Louisiana, which is also moving pretty slow. Looks hail and wind related. I'm mainly concerned about the hail there. Most of the severe thunderstorm watches that are in effect will expire around 10 to midnight, which I obviously won't be streaming that long for. New severe thunderstorm warning in Texas. 60-mile-an-hour winds, ping-pong sized hail. So definitely some very large hail occurring with these storms. Like I said before, hail is the main threat for all these storms, and damaging winds are secondary threats. Tornadoes also can't be ruled out. It depends on the storm. Severe thunderstorm warning minimum criteria would be quarter-sized hail, 1-inch hail, and 58-mile-an-hour wind gusts, which are typically labeled 60 miles an hour, like up to 60 miles an hour wind gusts. So the minimum for a severe thunderstorm warning has to be quarter. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning there. Expires in 41 minutes. I'm seeing nickel hail, 2-inch hail, 2.5-inch hail. So I think this warning might be underplaying this storm a little bit. Because we could be seeing up to 2-inch hail there, which is pretty large, larger than what the warning says. Yeah, it does depend on how strong the storm gets and how large of hail it produces. Severe thunderstorm warning continues in Texas. I think right here. Lime-sized hail possible, which I think is 2 inches. Yeah, it says about 2 to 2.25 inches. Yep. 2-inch hail here, which is lime size. I also suspect there's lime size hail going on over here too. So definitely very large hailers. Like I said before, these storms are moving pretty slow. For anyone that might be new, there are 3 severe thunderstorm watches in effect, one in Montana, one in Texas, and one around Wyoming and the Dakotas. All of them expire between 10 p.m. and midnight. I'm just gonna quickly share this on Twitter that I'm live streaming. New severe thunderstorm warning in Montana. 60-mile-an-hour winds, half-dollar sized hail. New severe thunderstorm warning in Louisiana. 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Yeah, right there. Let's quickly look at the one in... Okay, let's not look at the one in Montana because it is in a radar hole. And the radar hole is the reason why... Well, not one of the... It's one of the reasons why we have spotters. So they can transmit information to the National Weather Service that they can't see with the radar. There's still some very large hailers in Texas. Potentially up to lime size or larger. But as I said earlier, brief tornado possible, damaging winds and very large hail are the main threats. So right now, just a couple severe thunderstorm warnings in the area. Majority of them in Texas. If you are new to the stream, please share it, like it, subscribe if you haven't already. It's appreciated. So right now, no new severe warnings. So these severe storms are definitely producing very large hail. Some of the warnings do say lime-sized hail possible. Yeah, for the most part, it does look like hail is going to stay below 2 inches, so slightly smaller than limes, but still very large hail. Yeah, these storms are moving very slow, which is a concern, especially considering it's dropping very large hail, which just means it's gonna hail for longer in the same spot. So in the highest risk area where we are expecting the greatest chance for severe weather and that enhanced risk, a lot of it is in a radar hole, unfortunately, so we won't be able to see too clear a view on what's happening, but we do have spotters in the area that will be at great use with their reports. Yeah, these storms in Texas are my biggest concern for right now. That can easily change. But it's just concerning to me that they're not only moving very slow, but producing very large hail. I am staying updated, so I will know when they issue another severe warning or update one. I will usually know before my app does. right now flash flooding is a threat in Louisiana. We do have a flash flood warning. Expected rainfall 4 inches in 2 hours. Damage threat considerable. Flash flood is observed. It is life-threatening. And they got, since 7 a.m., this is saying they've got over a foot of rain, which is a massive concern. But otherwise, other than today, Friday and Saturday look like very interesting days. Especially Saturday, where we have that 15% highlighted. Sorry if the live stream lags a little sometimes. I noticed that happens, where it just buffers for like 15 seconds and then comes back. Doesn't happen often though. But we do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect and watches. I think we did have a confirmed tornado today, with what I saw from spotter reports. But right now, my main concern is very large hail. For Smithfield, North Carolina tomorrow. I'd have to check models for you really quickly. According to the SPC, tomorrow it looks like you are not quite in a marginal risk right now, but I'm pretty sure you're close. And according to the SPC, throughout the day, so I think pretty much all day. Not early morning, I know that, but like late morning into the early afternoon hours. Not too early in the day, but not too late. Hi, Harrison. Middle Tennessee, Central Tennessee. Looking at the SVC, today not expected, tomorrow not expected, day 3 not expected. You are not expected to get severe weather in the next 3 to 4 days, but you could see general thunderstorms. But at least according to the SVC, you're going to see general thunderstorms. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in Florida, right over here. Yeah, it looks like hail is the main threat, with potentially up to 60-mile-an-hour damaging winds. A new severe thunderstorm warning in Texas, I believe, is right here. Part of this storm that's producing very large hail. Yeah, the low pressure system really does suck. Where are you, Harrison? If I'm not mistaken, I think Ohio, but can you remind me again? I don't remember exactly where you are. For Memorial Day, I think you do have a chance to see thunderstorms, but I'm not expecting anything severe. So I'm pretty sure there are chances for it, but not expecting anything severe. Yeah, it's been hanging around there for like a while. Like more than a while, like a couple days. No new warnings right now. If you are new to the stream, like, subscribe, share it. Severe thunderstorm warning in Texas. Up here. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-sized hail. Thanks for subscribing, Ducky. Yeah, I did hear about the dams breaking in Michigan. I hear towns under like 9 feet of water. Very catastrophic. Like multiple buildings are collapsing from the water. It's just really not a good situation to be in. I did not get this new warning yet. It updates once every minute. I believe it's one of these storms. Yes, there is a severe thunderstorm warning in Florida. Quarter-sized hail, potentially 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Yep, we have the warning here now for both these cells. So quarter-sized hail, 60 mile an hour wind gusts up here. Yeah, again, I'm mainly concerned about Texas right now. But I will monitor other severe thunderstorm warnings, but I'm going to be generally watching Texas. Yeah, there's a severe thunderstorm warning in Louisiana. Looks like, 1 inch hail, 1 inch hail. Maybe some damaging winds, but I'm mainly a hail threat there right now. Right now, there isn't any tornadic activity, but there is some minor rotation with some of these storms. But no tornado warnings right now. There is a small chance for tornadoes, though. We could see a brief tornado or two today. Specifically around Wyoming, which has the greatest chance with a 5%. Severe thunderstorm warning continues in Florida. 60 mile an hour wind gusts, nickel-sized hail. And a new severe thunderstorm warning in Montana with 60 mile an hour winds and $50 sized hail. Can't really see it because of the radar hole, but it's right there. Yeah, very hard to see. Yeah, definitely still very large hail occurring with these storms in Texas. Yeah, particularly the one south down here is maybe producing lime-sized hail. There isn't a 10% right now. There's a small region of 5% that I already know will not get upgraded to a 10% and potentially even downgraded. Yeah, there are thunderstorms in Louisiana with one severe thunderstorm warning, mainly for hail. Yeah, some areas in Louisiana are getting up to 10 inches of rain, up to a foot of rain, maybe even more, which is definitely a large concern. No, it's fine, Ducky. I think you just didn't refresh the page or something. Right now, if we look at Louisiana, the flash flood warning specifically, you do see here in the reds is where we have over 12 inches of rain, and in the dark reds, we may even have 13 inches of rain, with the pink and blues still being significant with 6 to 8. So everyone in this flash flood warning should seek higher ground. It is life-threatening. Damage threat is considerable. Severe thunderstorm warning in Wyoming, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, nickel-sized hail. We did not get the one in Wyoming yet. Yeah, lots of flash flooding. Definitely a large concern for a lot of people. Did we get the Wyoming one yet? No. Okay, there we go. We got the Wyoming one now. It's barely coming into radar view right now. Yeah, can't really see much right now here. Except 60-mile-an-hour winds, nickel-sized hail. Otherwise, very large hail is continuing in Texas. I mean, it's kind of weird. But I think the National Weather Service of Detroit runs there. Barely, I think. I'm not 100% sure which National Weather Service there runs it. Could be whatever the city is called up north. I forget which one up here runs the northern part, but I think it's like right on the county border. Um, but they issued. Oh, that's what he means. Oh, okay, I misunderstood that. I thought he meant like other National Weather Services not in that area are issuing flood warnings, but they are issuing um, flash flood warnings in Michigan because of the dam breaks. I, the National Weather Service in Detroit should be the one issuing them there. Yeah, that is kind of weird. So let's check back on the Wyoming one that's trying to push through. There could be rotation, but it's way too far away from the radar site. Not seeing any new severe thunderstorm warnings right now. If you are new to the stream, please like, subscribe, share it if you want. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes thunderstorms do stall out. Wait. Oh, new severe thunderstorm warning in Wyoming, which we can barely see. Again, that radar hole is the problem. But the warning does say 60-mile-an-hour nickel-sized hail, just like the other one. And if any of you guys did not know, I probably won't be live streaming tomorrow, but I may live stream Friday, Saturday, depending on what the SPC does. Saturday is the more likely day. Yes, it is radar scope. Friday and Saturday will be very risk. I do expect it to be upgraded if things become more clear. Saturday does look like a pretty bad day for the Dakotas, where they have a 15% chance. When was the funnel seen? Could be a cold air funnel, which Illinois had the other day, I think, from what I saw. What people posted. Yeah, it could have been a cold air funnel, which rarely touches the ground, and if they do, they're usually weak and very brief, like you blink and it's already gone. Yes, that sounds like a cold air funnel. They're more common in the fall, but they can sometimes happen in spring and summer. Yeah, I'm in Wisconsin, so I'm in Central Daylight Time. Let's look back on the South Dakota one. Yep, still can't see it very well. Looks like it's moving slow as well. Not as slow as I thought. 40 miles an hour. Yeah, still lots of large hailers in Texas. Slow moving ones too. I think there might be, but just like nothing much. Yeah, not really. Looks like maybe down here, but really not looking like much at all. I think we do have rotation up here, but we can't see it because of the radar hole. So, yeah, the best chance for tornadoes right now are going to be around Wyoming. There could be another potential tropical system coming up in June. But models usually don't predict tropics that well, extremely far out as this. But it's worth keeping an eye on. But yeah, can easily disappear. I'm not seeing any new warnings right now. As soon as I say that, a new warning gets issued. Severe thunderstorm warning in Georgia, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, quarter-sized hail. Did not pop up right now, but yep, there it is. Going in the direction of Savannah. There is some rotation with it. Wind and sail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, torrential rainfall may cause flash flooding. Yep, it says tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms, although a tornado is not immediately likely. If one is spotted, act quickly. It looks like half-dollar size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This one we'll definitely have to watch. A tornado warning always gets issued when I end the stream. It's just how my luck works. So we'll definitely need to pay attention to Georgia, especially when it goes closer to Savannah. Yeah, I'm probably going to watch this one then. So be prepared if you live in the severe thunderstorm warning or towards Savannah. There is some broad rotation with this. More severe thunderstorm warnings in Texas, 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Wait, is Georgia in any percentage for tornado? Let me check. Today, no, they are not in any risk of tornadoes. But, I mean, to be fair, Louisiana wasn't in any percent for tornado either a couple of days ago, and an EF3 happened. So tornado risk is less than 2%. Definitely not 0, but it's less than 2%. Yeah, I was tracking the Church Point tornado, the preliminary one, the preliminary EF3. I did see a pretty big debris signature, which was all the mobile homes and houses. Unfortunately, one person died and I think 9 were injured. And they were in a general thunderstorm risk, and they got a regional tornado outbreak. That could be hail, because there is 1-inch hail, and the correlation coefficient sometimes does pick up hail, and it looks like right where that potential debris signature is where we also have the hail. Yeah, it's right over where the hail is as well. Wait. It's kind of hard to tell. Doesn't look like it matches up with the velocity though. But definitely rotation there, and it could drop a tornado. So right now, my biggest concern is Georgia. Unless I see something else pop up. Unfortunately, there is no storm spotters in the area. There is one in Savannah, and one far north of the storm, but there's nobody actually following this cell right now. Everybody's in Wyoming, and Colorado, and Texas. Severe thunderstorm warning in Texas. Golf ball sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Spotter reported 6 miles north of Post, Texas, tennis ball hail. So that's a definite concern. 6 miles north of Post. which is like, yeah, this cell here is potentially producing tennis ball size hail, 2.5 inch. This says 1.5 inch. But I mean, I do say it's at least close to 2.5 inch, maybe 2 inch hail. Yeah, this one's interesting here in Georgia. Different regions call it different things. Like Georgia may call it severe weather statements. I know some areas call it severe weather advisories. But my area calls it special weather statements in those types of situations. So for me, severe weather statements are, for me, they're the same thing, but they're called for me special weather statements. It looks like it could be breaking up slightly, but still definitely rotation there. Oh. They continued a severe thunderstorm warning in Texas somewhere. I think here. Not 100% sure though. It's near the city of Buenos. So I think here. Not 100% sure, but it said 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and tennis ball sized hail. Yeah, definitely could be cycling or breaking up completely. The Georgia one. Started choking on something. Choking on air is not good. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's breaking up in Georgia. Yeah, this is where the tennis ball sized hail is. Doesn't look like it's in any populated areas. Yeah, I'm not as worried about the Georgia South than I am now. Oh my god, air is very deadly, that's what I just learned. Um, yeah, still very large hailers in Texas. Severe thunderstorm warning continues in Georgia. 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Again, these storms are moving very slow and producing very large hail. I have multiple. Like just the other day in Louisiana, I tracked a preliminary EF3 tornado in Church Point. I've also tracked two EF4 tornadoes. I forget what day, but they were northeastern Louisiana into Mississippi. I think Bassfield, but I don't really remember. But it was rated EF4. Oh, and the Texas one that happened a couple weeks, if not months ago. Mesoscale discussion, Southern Texas. Let's see if we can pull it up. Watch unlikely isolated storms will pose a hail and wind threat as they move over the Rio Grande. Watch issuance 20%. If you are new to the stream, please subscribe, like, share this. I don't know how long I've been streaming. I think I've been streaming for an hour or just over an hour. Friday. Oh my god. What was I saying? Friday will definitely be a very interesting day. It could either be a big day for tornadoes or a small day for nothing. Or in between. Friday, which is why they have a marginal risk issued, because of low confidence. There are like a million different scenarios that can happen right now, which is why they have a marginal risk highlighted, and we probably won't see any clear details until the day of Friday morning. But I'll probably be live streaming Friday or Saturday. Yeah. I have the best video quality in the world when I start choking on air for the last 20 minutes. Severe thunderstorm warnings continuing in Texas. 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. why am I not playing a radar loop? I might end the stream in like 15 minutes. No, I'm not looking at MPing. I usually trust those slightly less. I prefer actual spotter reports because sometimes people just report something that's not true. So that's why I have those turned off, and I usually have spotter reports on. For example, for the MPing, if I go here, wait, how do I do it again? Right here. Yeah, MPing report. I can easily click tornado, which I'm not going to. Wait, I don't want to, just in case it submits it. I can click tornado, and it'll report a tornado in my area when there is not. And I can report snow if I click here. I can report mixed rain and ice pellets while that's not happening, and it will still go through. So some reports are false, and I prefer to trust actual spotter reports. Even though people can falsely report in spotter reports, but they do get banned for false reporting. Unlike MPing, where you're free to do whatever you want. Going back to the Georgia one just to see. Yeah, not seeing much any more rotation there. Maybe very broad. But the ones in southern Texas near the Rio Grande area, quarter size hail, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. A mesoscale discussion was issued in the central and northern high plains. Let's see if it'll let me pull that up. Yep, it will. Severe threat for severe thunderstorm watch 195 continues. Deep convection that initiated off Laramie Range a few hours ago has since progressed across the high plains of eastern Wyoming. It evolved in a squall line. Severe threat appears to be peaking and will likely decrease between 103 and 102 west longitude. So, looks like severe threat is starting to peak around Wyoming. It was an EAS emergency alert system. let's check back on the Wyoming that's about to move into the Dakotas. Could be some rotation in there, but again, too far from the radar site. Yeah, very broad rotation there. Definitely weakened significantly. Okay. I think Friday and Saturday should be a more active day. Wow, looks like we have an outflow boundary developing. Looks like this very large hail is going to enter the city of Lubbock. Lime-sized hail possible, along with 60-mile-an-hour damaging winds. So that is a big concern with broad rotation. Yeah, it has a good chance for significant severe weather and all with all hazards, but it also has a good chance for nothing happening at all, which is why they have a marginal risk issued due to low confidence. They would definitely have higher probabilities today if it wasn't for the extreme amount of uncertainty with Friday. Saturday does have more certainty though, where they have a 15% highlighted for the Dakotas. I'll probably end the stream in 10 minutes. Yeah, broad rotation for the southern Lubbock cell. For the Georgia cell, going back to that, looks like still broad rotation, but not expecting anything right now. Now, my main concern with this one is very large hill entering a large city. This is radar scope. It costs money. It's $10 to pay once, but there is pro subscriptions. Well, you can see what they do here. One costs $10 a year, the other costs $100 a year, or $15 a month. But the $10 one, the base app, is perfectly fine the way it is. I don't think I need the pro features right now. But Storm Chasers definitely would find the pro features useful. If you are new to the stream, please like, subscribe, share it. Just gonna quickly check back on the Georgia cell. Yeah, looks like it's transitioning into more of a damaging one, but still broad rotation though. Yeah, it looks like very large hail with this lime size entering the city of Lubbock. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna make a direct hit for Lubbock. Where we have very large hail. I've seen blue once since I had this app in the reflectivity. It was a small speck of blue too, like really small, like maybe this big of a speck of blue. And that was with a very large hailer, which was producing, I think, 3 or 4 inch hail. So yeah, I never seen the darker blue or orange, like tan kind of color. I probably could have seen more blue if storms were closer to the radar site. Welcome back, Jefferson. It looks like rotation may be breaking up a little bit, but still broad. Still at least some rotation. Same with Georgia. It has weakened. I'm probably going to end the stream in like 5 to 10 minutes ish. The Georgia cell looks the least of my concern right now. Regarding this here, there's a minor rotation north of Fort Stewart. But, I mean, there's a small chance it could drop a tornado, but it just looks like damaging winds and small hail. It doesn't look like enough right now to drop a tornado. Because 10 days out is very far out. And usually the GFS is more accurate than it is now. But I noticed all long-term weather models have been not very good at predicting things far out. CAPE is available potential energy, which doesn't exactly determine severe wind gusts. This is in northern Texas right now. This large hailer about to enter Lubbock. The warning says 2 inch and the hail force says 2 inch. Now it says 2.25 inches. So definitely very large hail that's about to enter the city of Lubbock. And there is broad rotation, but not concerned about that right now. I'm more concerned about the hail there. Georgia was showing better rotation, but now it's down to just very broad rotation with mainly damaging wind gusts. I'm not really expecting any tornadoes tonight, but there could be a brief one or two. We have lots of severe thunderstorm warnings in Texas. All of them mainly for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour damaging winds, with some exceptions like the Lubbock one, where we have 2-inch hail, which is the size of limes. CAPE doesn't, determine, Usually CAPE doesn't determine how widespread severe weather is. That depends on the precipitation. For example, you could have like 2,000 CAPE with a cap on the system, which stops it from developing any storms. But long range usually isn't good, but it's been worse than normal from what I'm noticing. I think the GFS is also showing a potential tropical system, again following a similar path to Arthur, but again that's extremely far out and those models have been worse than normal, so I wouldn't take anything about that seriously until we get way more closer. But it's just something to keep in the back of your mind as we do approach hurricane season in a couple weeks. In case you didn't know, we do have a high risk in the excessive rainfall outlook. Now 2.5 inch, which is definitely a growing concern for the city of Lubbock. You could expect quite a bit of damage if this hits at its full intensity right here. Yeah, we do have some yellows here, which do indicate giant hail. And rotation, not seeing much here. Probably going to end the stream shortly. Once I do end the stream, though, I bet a tornado warning will get issued. And that's just my luck. Like the last couple times I've live streamed, after I ended it, a tornado warning was issued like at least within 10 minutes of me ending it. And I usually get extremely annoyed. Thanks for subscribing. A spotter reported golf ball sized hail at Walmart in Texas. It literally says golf ball sized hail at Walmart. I hope that Walmart's okay. And people. But right now my main concern is this large hailer that's just entering the city of Lubbock with potential lime-sized hail or larger. Definitely possible to be larger than limes. Yeah, general thunderstorms mean no severe weather is expected. I'll quickly show you risks here. I'm pretty sure you already know it, but general thunderstorms, no severe thunderstorms expected. Marginal, isolated severe thunderstorms possible. Slight, scattered severe storms possible. Enhanced, numerous severe storms possible. Moderate, widespread severe storms likely. High, widespread severe storms expected. Uh, 2.25-inch hail. Now, still very large. Almost 3-inch hail down here, going towards Sladon. Yes, I do know direct weather. I know about his channel. Kind of want to pay attention to these too. There could be some broad rotation down here, east of Fort Stockton. So definitely a concern. But it looks like it may be breaking up though. Risks do not determine the intensity of severe weather. Like an EF5 tornado could happen in Slight. There's always that chance. If you go into the SPC, looking at tornado outlook, you see a 5%. That's the chance for a tornado within 25 miles of a point. In a hatched area is 10% or greater probability of EF2 to EF5 tornadoes within 25 miles of a point. So if you see a yellow region here, which would be 10%, with a black region, that means there's a 10% chance for a tornado within 25 miles of a point, and 10% or greater probability of an EF2 to EF5 tornado. Significant tornadoes can happen in any risk, really. Like, there's been significant tornadoes in 2% risk, and just the other day we had a significant tornado in a less than 2% risk in a general thunderstorm risk. It got a preliminary rating of an EF3, that one. So SPC risks are an indicator of coverage, like you said, severe, Warren. What's your question, Harrison? Yeah, this storm's about to go over the radar, so we're not going to get too clear view of it until it passes over. Texas is already in a severe thunderstorm watch right now, I believe. Yeah, in that blue region there. They might extend it. Probabilities are low, very low, moderate, 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 moderate. Meaning there's a 20% chance for 2 or more tornadoes, less than 2% for 1 or more strong tornadoes. I'm just gonna quickly check back over here. Yeah, that's getting a little close for the radar hole. Not the radar hole, like the actual radar itself. Yeah, no rotation, at least from what I can see. But down here, we did have reports of rotation like 15 minutes ago. It is far away from the radar site, so we won't quite be able to tell too well right now. They extended a severe thunderstorm warning here. 1 hour and 4 minutes. 3-inch hail, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, very dangerous storm. 3-inch hail, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, that's extremely dangerous. So Lubbock, take cover. Extremely large hail with very damaging winds. And for comparison, 3-inch hail is slightly larger than a baseball. Yes, it really does need a radar, especially with that possible rotation. If you are new to the stream, please like and subscribe. You can share if you want, but I do plan on ending this soon. And I don't know what soon is. Could be like I didn't know you could type that emoji in. Yeah, I'll probably end the stream very shortly. So, thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, that is huge. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next stream or video, which will likely be Friday or Saturday. Goodbye.